shall he appear the second time without sin unto salvation. So, how many times is Christ going to make an appearance on earth? He did it once during the time of the apostles, which ended in his crucifixion, his earthly ministry. And the Bible says that those that look for Christ can expect him to come a second time. And notice it says, and these are key things you have to pick up on. It says, he shall appear. He shall appear. Meaning, you're going to know again that Christ is coming, because according to the Bible, we're going to show you that every eye shall see him. There will be no secret return of Christ before his second coming. In fact, the Bible makes it clear that Christ is only coming, or is only prophesied to come, twice into the earth. Okay? So for those that look for Christ, the Bible don't say they should look for a secret appearance of Christ, a secret rapture from Christ. It says they that look for Christ, he shall appear the second time without sin unto salvation. Now this portion, the second time without sin unto salvation, that's in reference to what we see in the book of 1 Thessalonians, the 4th chapter, his return. As the Bible says in 1 Thessalonians 4, it says, going back, let's go back there very quickly. 1 Thessalonians 4, those which are alive and remain unto the coming of the Lord. So going back to Hebrews, when it says, he shall appear the second time without sin unto salvation, it's talking about the coming of the Lord. Which coming? The second coming. Not the secret coming, but the second coming. Now, let's go back to where it says here, unto them that look for him shall he appear. Shall he appear? What does the Bible say about the appearance of Christ when he returns? Will it be secret? Revelation 1:7, behold, he cometh with the clouds, and every eye shall see him. For those who look to him or look for him shall he appear the second time. You're going to know when Christ has returned to the earth. Matthew 24 tells us what? Matthew 24. Check this out. Matthew 24 and 29. Immediately, now this is for those who believe they'll be raptured before a tribulation. For those who teach the rapture, they say that there will be a time of tribulation, which there will be. And they say that the Most High will have so much grace and mercy upon them that they'll be raptured into a cloud before the time of tribulation. It says here, immediately after the tribulation, not before, but after the tribulation of those days, shall the sun be turned darkened, or the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. So again, this is giving you the visual understanding of what we will see when Christ returns. This is why the Bible says that every eye shall see him. The whole earth will behold this at the same time. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven. When? After the tribulation. Then shall there appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, when they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds. Now notice it says they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds. Again, you have to highlight that, because the rapture teaches that this is going to when Christ is going to be a secret return of Christ, in which no one will know except those who believe. The Bible tells us that when Christ returns the second time, because he's only coming twice, as we've read in Hebrews 9, when he comes the second time, they shall see him, the Son of Man, coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. And he shall send his angels with a sound of a great trump, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of the earth, even unto the other. So the question is, when is the collection taking place? It says that he shall gather his elect, he shall collect his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. When is this taking place? Immediately after the tribulation of those days. Only after the tribulation will there be a reaping, a gathering together of the elect throughout the four corners of the earth, not before. Okay? So let's go back, see if we missed anything. And this is just a light touching on this. We have a full breakdown on the rapture that we touch in the academy, but this is just the just a light, just a scratching the surface, of the surface on this topic. Okay? So 1 Thessalonians, the 4th chapter, and ultimately when people talk about the rapture, the one thing you have to, and I'm going through all of these references to show you timing. We're not saying that the believers won't meet Christ in the air. That will happen. The question is when. And that's where the issue comes in. Those who believe in the rapture, the secret rapture, they believe that this will happen before a time of tribulation, before the second coming. You have to show and go to various references that show that Christ is only coming twice, and it's during that second coming, the second time that he comes into the earth, that he's going to go and gather his elect, right? That's when the elect will meet him in the air, when he comes. Now, when he comes the second time, it will not be a secret. Every eye shall witness his second coming. Hopefully that's clear. Okay, hopefully that's clear. All right. Hopefully that is clear. All right. So none of these scriptures, when you put them in their proper context, none of them point towards a secret rapture. That's not biblical. Okay. That's not biblical. But before I close down on this side, I want to make sure that you're clear before we move forward. For the person who asked the question. Oh, okay, I don't remember who asked. Okay, I don't remember who asked. Now, if there's any more questions that you all have, we're going to answer them on the Patreon side, but let me at least make sure that the person is clear before we shut down. I'm trying to find the original question so that I can confirm. Someone says, Kundis, okay, all praises. This morning answered my question. I watched your lesson from years back. Broken down, 2nd Ezra 13. You talk about the rapture as well. Absolutely. Absolutely. But even with that, the 2nd Ezra, that's just a knockout blow. That's 2nd Ezra 13. Most likely you're going to be dealing with people who don't necessarily believe in the Apocrypha. You can just simply use the Bible itself to break down that doctrine. Again, it's all about the timing of the chain of events. Again, we're not saying that the Lord will not, the believers will not meet Christ in the air, but it's all about the timing of that. Okay? When are these events taking place? And when Christ does return the second time, how many times does he come in? And when he does return, will that be a secret or will that be witnessed by the whole earth? Those are the points you want to bring forward. But praise the Most High, answered your question. All right. Believe it or not, the first lesson I actually watched, the first lesson, and I believe that, I'm not sure if that video is still actually up. The Rapture Deception was the first class that I actually attended in the building. Okay. I watched a few street speakings of the elders before actually coming in. But the very first lesson I ever watched in class, the first ever sit down class I had, I should say, was the Rapture Deception. Okay, so thank you all for your participation. For those who are interested in the Hebrew and Bible Academy, yes, we are still accepting enrollments. We are in month 2 officially. We start week number 5 this Sunday with a revamped lesson on color in the Bible, in which we're going to open our personal little vault of images that, even, not to say that they don't have these images, but even Putin did not show some of the images and some of the information that we're going to show this particular Sunday. Again, we're not saying that he doesn't have it. We believe they have these records, but let's just say those who are in the academy, you're in for quite the ride. Okay? So with that, I want to say bless you all and shalom. Until next time, if it be the Most High's will, we'll be back here tomorrow for the Sabbath lesson. And for those who are in the academy, we will be back this Sunday with a brand new lesson in the academy. So with that, I want to say bless you all and shalom. And